If you're writing exams this year, then I urge you to watch this video because these questions are repeated year in, year out. So I'm going to be demonstrating how you have to resolve them if you happen to encounter them. There's a question from inequations. There's a question from matrices. So let me show you how you have to scope all the marks that are allocated to these problems. Let's take a ride. Let me start with this one. You're saying given that matrix B is equal to, state the order of the matrix. So here what you need to do is you state the number of rows in this matrix and the number of what? Columns. So this one is stated by saying row by column. So you check what's the number of rows here. We have this one here. Then we have the second row, we have the third row. So this one is a 3 by, then you check the number of columns, 1, 2. So 3 by 2 matrix. Just like that, you've solved the first question. Then let's move on to B. They're saying find 2B. So what you need to know is this one is matrix B, the one that we've been given, and then 2 is actually a scalar, okay? So if we were to rewrite this, we would say 2B is equal to a 2, and then we write matrix B. That's a 3, that's a 1, that's a 1, a 2, a -4, and a 5. To finalize this, you have to multiply the scalar that you've been given by each and every element on the inside of the matrix. So if we multiply 2 by 3, this one will give us 6. 2 by 2, that will give us a 4. 2 times 1, that's a 2. 2 times 1, that's a 2. 2 times -4, that's -8. 2 times 5, that gives us a 10. You see that? And by so doing, you walk away with the full marks that have been allocated to those questions. There's always a question like this one. And if you're following me up to this point, I want you to drop the comment in the comment section, reading crystal clear. Let's move on to the second question. The second question reads, solve the inequation. So I'm going to pull out the inequation and I'll write it here. N plus 4x is greater than 5. 2 marks. So what you need to do first of all is you look for like terms in the inequation, right? So we have 9 plus 4x, we have a 5. This one and that one are like terms. So what do we have to do? What you need to do is, since we want to resolve the value of x, make sure that you find the additive inverse of a 9. Now, you might not know what an additive inverse is, and I'm going to explain that to you. So an additive inverse is the number which, if added to another number, the answer is 0. If let's say we have a 5, the additive inverse of a 5 is -5. So that when we add them, they give us a 0. The additive inverse of -2 is +2. Because when we add the 2, the answer will be a 0. So what's the additive inverse of a 9? That's -9. What you do this side is what you do on the other side. Even this side, -9. So these two will give us a 0. And we're going to remain with 4x greater than 5 minus 9, right? I could have actually done the math right from here, but I want you to see clearly what I'm going to do. So we have 4x greater than 5 minus 9, that will give us -4. Okay, so when you reach this point, what you need to do is you multiply by the multiplicative inverse of a 4, since our interest is to find x. So we multiply by 1 over 4, even this side multiplied by 1 over 4. We can introduce a 1, then we simplify the numbers that are related diagonally. 4 there, 1, 4 there, 1. 1 into 1, 1. Okay, so 1 times 1, that will be 1. 1 times 1, 1 into 1, that would be 1 times x. X is greater than. This one can equally be resolved the way we resolved this one, right? Introduce a 1, then relate numbers diagonal. Simplify those that can be simplified. 4 there 1, 4 there negative 1. So 1 times 1, 1, negative 1 times 1, that will be negative 1. 1 into negative 1, negative 1. And by just resolving this problem that way, you walk away with the 4 marks, 2 marks. Now, let's resolve question 13. We pull out what we've been given, that's 27. There's a 3 here, and minus 16. What they're saying is, what's the cube root of a 7? The number which we can multiply by itself 3 times, and we have 27. That's 3, right? That's a 3. Minus the square root of 16. As long as there is no number here, you know you're looking for the square root. It's a number which, if it were to be squared, it would give us 16. 2 squared would give us 2 times 2, which would be a 4. 3 squared would give us 3 times 3, and that would give us a 9. 4 squared would be 4 times 4, which would give us 16. So the answer here is a 4, right? Yeah, it's a 4. So then, what's the final answer? 3 minus 4, that gives us negative 1. And by simply doing that, you actually earn yourself all the marks that were allocated to all the problems that I've solved. So expect these questions on an exam. They always come. They might not bring the same numbers, but questions of this nature will be there. So what I'm going to do is I will roll out more videos on problems that have to do with questions of this nature, so that you get fully acquainted with the procedure on how to go about that. I want you to click this video here or here so as to watch the next video in preparation for the exams. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.